Alright, everybody. Meet Your Match has dropped, and with it, it brought us a lot of balance changes, competitive matchmaking, and a whole jam of other things. People either like it or they don't, but I don't want to focus on any of that. I want to focus on one balance change in particular. It's for the sniper, rebalancing one of his weapons, in particular the Sydney Sleeper, a weapon that I talked about a little while ago, and I made it. I think that the weapon before was underused and very good in certain situations. But Valve have gone and made this weapon incredible, like so much better than it was before. Because let's take a look at the changes. So now with the Sydney Sleeper, you can extinguish teammates, which is a really good addition to the weapon. A lot of people thought this was something that it should do before, and I agree with that. That's a really nice change. I mean, it is hard sometimes to hit those shots to extinguish a teammate, but the ability to do that, because it is a Girardi gun, Girardi extinguishes teammates. So I mean, all in all, it made sense for it to do that. But the biggest change to it was being able to make a Girardi explosion on on full shots, fully charged, or on headshots. So now the Sydney Sleeper does have a skill mechanic in doing headshots, but a fully charged body shot doing 150 damage will apply Girardi to all players near the one you shot. This is insane. So let me bring this into perspective for you. Say a team is pushing into Badlands last through upper, so that little up top area, they're pushing in, and a sniper sits up there and charges up a Sydney Sleeper shot, which doesn't take long because of the faster charge rate, and he body shots anyone pushing through. Now it's a small choke point, like a lot of the 6v6 like last points, most people push through one door with their team. So you body shot one person, they're all Girardi. Every one of them, and they're either going to have to force Uber into you to avoid that in the first place, or they're all going to have to abandon the push. Now this is like insanely powerful for blocking that off, and not to mention, a fully charged Sydney Sleeper shot will just drop a medic completely, because you can't overheal in like the traditional sixes lineup of one medic, so the medic would just go down, and it doesn't take long to charge because of the faster charge rate. So the whole body shotting mechanic with this one, I think, is extremely powerful. I think it's gonna. I'm gonna make a prediction here that they're gonna take away the full charge like body shot one and just leave it on the headshot, because with that body shot one, I can sit on a hill on any map and just charge up my shot, which takes 50% less time than normal, and just kind of turn the corner, take a Sydney Sleeper shot, do 150 damage to somebody, and hopefully some people around them. It has the same strengths as it used to. They've just made them so much better. It's extremely good on defense when you have teams pushing into you to deter pushes and make people easier to pick off. And it's still a really good team weapon. They've just made it so much better. Because before, you could only Girardi one person, so people would have to focus that one target, and you would have to charge your shots, to make the Girardi last longer, which wasn't a problem. It was really good on some maps where there was like a big choke point and you could just kind of peek around, take your shot, back off, peek around, take your shot. Now you can Girardi a whole group of enemies from a long distance and just have a soldier jump in and clean that all up. I mean, obviously it works a lot better on a team where there's coordination going on. I mean, if you just jump into a pub and do this, it's not gonna work that well because you're not really communicating. You're not really telling people, oh, I just Girardi their heavy medic combo on the cliff. Oh, there's like 4 of them Girardi down left side or whatever. But in a coordinated environment, it's extremely good for something like holding a last point on a map that has a lot of choke points, because they're forced to come into you if they want to push. Especially on something like Uber disadvantage, this weapon would be like insanely good if it wasn't banned in leagues. And in the current state of matchmaking right now, it's a lot disorganized. People don't know how to push together. But I think this weapon, when someone uses it really well, it'll be insane. And it's still got the same upsides I talked about before, being like the one sniper rifle that really promotes team play. Even more so now that you can extinguish teammates. So all in all, this buff to this weapon is like insanely good. And I think the Sydney Sleeper is honestly one of the better sniper rifles now. I put it up there with the Bizarre Bargain in terms of how good that I personally think it is. And I think this weapon had a lot of potential before, but now it's just insane. Like, before, like I've said, it wasn't very good. It was only useful in like certain situations, and you're easily counterable by other snipers. if you don't have like someone protecting you or a team working around you or working with you. But now it's really good, and I don't know how I feel about that. And like I said, I'm expecting a nerf to this weapon, especially with that body shot. I'm expecting to see more people using it, and I'm really sad to see that it is the body shot thing. And because I really love the Sydney Sleeper. I think it's an incredible weapon, and yeah, I'm bad because I use it totally. But I think that when a new player gets it, they use it for the wrong reasons. They use it just to charge up a body shot and just kind of sit on a hill, and they just sit there. They do not move. I think that the Sydney Sleeper can promote a lot different gameplay than just sitting in one spot, not moving, and just like kind of shooting at whatever gets in your line of sight. I think it can promote a playstyle of picking a position to get a Girardi shot off on all the players in an area. And I think just having it on the headshot mechanic would make that so much more rewarding and like skill based than just, oh, I sat up here for a few seconds and charged up my body shot and I hit that heavy. All I got is medic too. Haha. And that's just what I think. I don't know. Maybe you think this weapon is still like complete garbage and total like shit. Like it is still one of the worst weapons in the game to you. I don't know. Why don't you voice that opinion, and I'll respond. I'll give you my opinion back, and yeah, have a nice day.